I'm ABC 13's Dana Evans. Trust is important. At ABC 13, you can trust that we're fighting for you, asking the tough questions, because accountability matters. Watch ABC 13 on TV or WSET.com. That's coverage you can count on.
Well, hello and welcome back to the Chamber Vibes podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Let me just give you a rundown of what's going on. So I'm your host, Foster Garrett, Director of Marketing and Events for the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. And if you don't know what a chamber is, that's totally fine. We are a nonprofit membership organization that strives to help the Bedford area prosper by serving and collaborating with local businesses, organizations, and people. And every week I get to interview a different chamber member to find out what they do and why they do it. Recorded right here in beautiful Bedford, Virginia, broadcasting on not Grove Street FM anymore, but Media Squatch Plus. Amazing change. And it's also brought to you by Media Squatch. I also want to thank our sponsor, Mark Snowden with Lamar Outdoor Advertising, for helping bring this podcast to you. Without the support of people like Mark, we really wouldn't be able to do things like this. And this podcast is an amazing way to get to know the businesses, the people, the things that are going on in your community that helps make the Bedford area thrive. And every week I get to interview somebody, and I always think I know what they're going to say. I know just a little bit about it. But I'm always surprised by the stories that they tell me, whether it's about how they ended up in Bedford or what they do, or just some of the hidden gems behind their organizations. We are so blessed to have a lot of these people here. So keep listening. If you like this episode, go back and listen to the ones before this and keep an eye out every week for a new episode. I love learning about our great community, and it makes me feel more connected. But before we get to the actual podcast, I do want to tell you about some of the things we have going on at the Chamber. As you know, over the last couple of weeks, we've been having a lot of cool free programming this summer. We had our business roundtable last week, Leading with Vision. That was awesome. We also have a networking event coming up that is really cool. It's kind of different from some of our normal chamber programming, something very limited to the summer, but we're going to a Hillcats game. And we are going to have our very own skybox, and it'll be catered. We'll have game day food. It's nice because you can go outside and watch the game on the balcony, but you can also come inside and enjoy the AC. But this is one of our more informal networking opportunities. You can come out in shorts and a t-shirt, bring your family. It'll be really fun. We do ask that you RSVP beforehand, because if you've ever been to a VIP skybox, you know they're kind of small. So we have to keep the guest list a little bit more exclusive. But that'll be next Thursday, July 10th, from 6:30 to whenever you want to go home. But the Hillcats are playing great this season. It's absolutely worth it. We had a great time in June going to see them, and we're excited to go back again. As for bigger programming, our next big event will be August 22nd. That's our fall job fair. That'll be at Blue Ridge Community Church at New London from 10:30 to 2. Yep, it'll be 10:30 to 2. I plan these events. I know my things. But we're already taking registrations for businesses for that event. If you're a job seeker, pencil that in on your calendar. It's free entry. We'll have some cool additional programming, like we'll have childcare. So don't let having your kids with you that day prevent you from coming out and talking to businesses and looking for a job. We'll also have a professional clothing closet. So you'll find anything from boots to dresses, to blouses, to hats, to ties, anything, it's probably there. We're also taking donations for work clothing. So if you want to drop some things off with us at our office, we would very much appreciate it. But our job fairs are really awesome. They're a great way to find a job and to connect directly with a business right here in Bedford, Lynchburg, Roanoke, and beyond. But if you want to learn more about all of our programming, we have a lot going on, especially in the fall. We have a full calendar of events on bedfordareachamber.com, and I will drop our phone number at the very end so that you can give us a call and talk to us about any of the awesome things that we have going on. But that's enough for me. Without further ado, please allow me to introduce today's guest, Josh Cian with Noteworthy Music Company. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me, Josh. If you might not be able to tell from Josh's voice, but I did ask him last minute to be on the podcast, and thankfully he decided to join me. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
No problem. Well, Josh, before we kind of get into the question and answer, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and then about your business?
Yeah, so throughout school, my whole life, I've always played music. Of course, it's always a tough field to get into. So it's like, I'll do a normal career. And I did that for about 11 years and hated every second of it. And then, COVID happened and gave me some time away and a chance to figure out what I wanted to do. And that was to jump back into music, open a store and start teaching and just expand from there. So that's really where Noteworthy Music came from. It's been about 3 years since we opened, and for Bedford, that's pretty good to still be here.
That is pretty good.
So it looks like hopefully we'll be here to stay. But yeah, and we just kind of grew from there, and as the town saw fit to let us grow.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that when we've talked before, you've talked a little bit about your love for music and some of the things that you like to do. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the instruments you're proficient with, what you like to do? I know you've been in bands. You're in a band currently, aren't you?
Couple bands, yeah.
Couple bands, yeah. You like to stay busy.
Yeah, definitely like to stay busy. It's how income comes in. I guess first and foremost, I'm a drummer, but I started with piano and just about any other instrument I could get my hands on, especially now that I'm surrounded by them. Anything I could pick up in my spare time, I try and learn. That's kind of what we give lessons on and stuff like that. I'll do piano, drums, guitar. Those are the ones I stick with, and we have other instructors come in. And as far as like bands, I'm in a country band, Big Matt the Time Machine, which I can tell you I've never thought in a million years I'd be playing country music. But around here, it pays. It's great. And then also a little indie band from the area called Catapult City, which has been doing pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of an indie girl than country girl. Yeah. There's a lot of country around here, though. You're right.
It works.
It works, and it's not all bad. I've been to a couple different like places where they've had live music and they have country, and I'm like, honestly, I feel it. It makes me want to get up and dance a little bit.
Yeah, it's great. We'll do line dancing at some of the shows, which people seem to love.
Yeah.
I mean, people come out. We always have a pretty good crowd. I'm with some of the best musicians in the area that I met just from somebody came in the store one day. He's like, "You play drums? You want to be in a band and play a show?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then a few years later, we've been, winning awards and keep going across and playing everywhere we can.
That's awesome. Do you guys travel?
For the area, the other band, Catapult City, travels. We just got off of a 3-week tour from Ohio to New York City down to Florida.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That is really cool. And it's really interesting that you've only had Noteworthy for 3 years. Because I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to say a Bedford staple, but like I can't really imagine the town without you guys. And yeah, that's really cool. So I know that there's probably a lot that went into opening your own store. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, fortunately, we had the building lined up and it's always been a plan. I've always pitched it and like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Everybody's like, no, a music store wouldn't work in Bedford. But I'm being the only music store in, I think, actual Bedford County is a big plus. And then, like I said, it's kind of during the pandemic when everything shut down. I decided to take the building, gutted it, and built it up for what I needed. And from there, just things started going and going.
That's awesome. Yeah, I did band at middle school, and we had to go to Roanoke to rent our equipment, and it was always a pain because band in itself, playing an instrument is a lot. It's a lot to maintain it, a lot to take care of it. It's a lot for your parents to pay for, and to have that in Bedford, I know it would have taken a lot off of their backs, especially. But do you guys do school band equipment?
We do.
Rentals? Yeah.
We do band rentals through Veritas. They offer great equipment. We do all repairs, cleanings. All our instruments are rent to own. We have the best prices for these instruments in between Lynchburg and Roanoke. Nobody can compete with the prices. When season pops up for school music, we do 2 months free, which allows them to kind of see if the kids even like band before they really put a big commitment into it. Then we also offer all the supplies, books, everything the schools in the area require. And yeah, I mentioned we do cleaning. We do a lot of cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Young kids that play music tend to
They're gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really gross.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the other things that you guys offer at the store?
We have a full recording studio in the back.
That's awesome.
And rehearsal space that we rent out to bands pretty often. Even if they don't need us to kind of produce and record, they can come in, rent the space, and do their own recording, which is something a lot of places wouldn't offer. It's just nice to have the music scene in the area grow. And that was one of our biggest goals, is to help bolster and grow the music scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that, I don't know, being a musician in the area, it was always super hard to find musicians and people to play with and be in that place where we actually start connecting people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the other day, kid comes in, he's like, I've been playing guitar for 3 years. I can't find anybody. And it didn't even take long for me to set a bunch of musicians up to start playing with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice to see how it goes. And then, of course, when they come in, we can give them guidance and help them put stuff together just from experience. We've worked with high school bands and their talent shows, getting acts together for them and stuff. And people seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice when you can build community in a space like that. I bet you guys get a lot of cool walk-ins, like people just wanting to talk about equipment or talk about music or wanting to play.
Yeah, there are a lot of musicians in the area, and we get a lot of stories. Some of the folks that come in just want to talk about the music, and it's fun. I get to listen and hear their experience and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's...
Makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, I know that I've seen that you guys have gone to like trainings and like camps and stuff for doing repairs. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Is that newer to some of the things that you do, repairing instruments?
So since we started, we've always repaired stuff like guitars and everything like that. And it's nice, the company that we do rentals for, they'll have like their courses and stuff down in Florida where they're at during the summertime, and they invite us down there and they cover all costs and stuff. And then they go over like, this is how we want you to refurbish, clean, repair. This is how we work out dents. And it just helps us kind of like grow our knowledge in just those repairs and be able to service it so people don't have to wait and ship out their instruments and switch them. But fortunately, if it is a big repair, we can just switch an instrument out on the spot so the kids don't have to wait.
Oh, really?
Long. Yep. And it's nice to get to go down there. The first time they're like, yeah, well, it's like a nice little vacation. You get to go down, we'll have it. And I was like, oh, where are you located? Like Clearwater, Florida. And that's where I'm from. So it's not.
Oh, really... You're from Clearwater?
Well, that area. Yeah. And
yeah.
It's not vacation.
I've been to Clearwater on vacation. No, that's cool though. Especially like any excuse to get out and go do something, especially something that you love. I'm sure. I feel like that's like a dumb question to ask. Does it feel worthwhile to run a music company or like a music store? But it's like, I feel like it's the catch-22 of doing something you love versus having it be your life. Am I on track? Yeah,
definitely on track with that one. Music was a hobby for so long, and now that it's more of a career and doing stuff, it does add a level of stress to it that hadn't been there before. But the level of satisfaction also I get from it is way better than it ever has been, just because I get to see results from it, from the music, the bands, the recordings, and everything else.
Yeah.
With it.
And you have some good people working for you too.
Yeah. We got a few people in the studio. We've had some changes, and, keeping employees and people want to work going around is not tough, but
it can be a challenge.
Yeah. Just having people with skills that want to do it and stuff. So we finally narrowed it down to a really, really good crew and instructors and stuff, and people seem to enjoy it. We keep people coming back for the lessons, and that's great.
Yeah. What type of lessons do you guys offer?
So we do everything from, like I mentioned, drums, piano, guitar. We'll focus on school band lessons, percussion. We have vocal instructor, violin, cello, some wind instruments, and kind of really stick to those because those are the only ones that really.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else, we're connected with so many musicians that I'll bring somebody in and contract them to give lessons for somebody that
That's
just wants
cool.
to brush up on everything.
So basically, if somebody wants something, you can make it happen.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's the goal.
Yeah, and can people... I feel like people always ask these questions when it comes to stores like yours. Can people come in and sell their instruments to you?
Yes. So we do consignment, and
I know the train is so loud. Y'all won't be able to hear it, but it is shaking the walls.
it's character.
It's character.
It's different. Train of thought.
Consignment.
Yeah. So people can bring in their instruments. We do kind of take the standard percent, but that also involves like cleaning them up, putting them on Facebook, marketing it. And sometimes, I will cut down a percentage if it helps make a sale and help some people out.
That's awesome. What are some of the coolest things that people have brought in to sell?
Oh man, we've got this old Vox Continental keyboard, which it's one of those instruments you probably have to look up to know what it is, but it's just...
Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. A little bit older, but they still play great. Stuff like that to omnichords.
Is this what I'm looking at?
Yep.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so people come in and get to play them and see them and stuff. You'll see a lot of guitars and stuff like that, but there's been so many collectors and people that just either have... There's more people in this area that I've met that have massive guitar collections.
Really?
That actually don't even know how to play.
What?
So they're just collectors and stuff, and I help them find stuff and sell stuff, which is nice.
They just think they're cool?
Yep.
I mean, they are cool.
Yeah, good wall art, I guess.
Yeah. I want to get to the point in my life where I can collect something that I don't need. I know people that collect, like, different types of cards and things like that, but a guitar, you gotta have space for that, and you gotta have big money for that, too.
Yeah, depends on which kind you like, and some of them are quite nice. That's why my collection has now gone back to Legos with the kiddos.
That's awesome.
It shuts my brain down away from music.
Yeah. Is your whole family into music?
No.
No?
My daughter, I think, enjoys playing. She doesn't like practicing, but...
Who does?
Yeah, I'm not going to push her into it, or otherwise she wouldn't like it. She'll be starting school band, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, that's exciting. What's she going to play?
Well, I would like her to play percussion, but I think she wants to do clarinet.
Hey, I did clarinet. Tell her to switch to bass clarinet after the first year. That's what I did. It's so much cooler. You have to put... It's literally so big, you have to have a little stand, put it on the ground.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, I got to do all the tuba parts and stuff in middle school band. I was the first chair because I was the only one.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I know, right?
I guess that,
Oh, well, that's cool. Josh, we could sit here in silence for like 10 minutes if you want. Just chill. Just chill. No,
it's all right.
You good?
Yeah, silence is awkward.
Silence is awkward? Okay, we'll keep talking. You have... I know this train is just like... Do you think that's the second one?
There's a train?
There's a train?
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of other stuff we do. Like we work with the Mike Show on Radio 434, which I know you know Mike.
Yes, I know Mike. I love Mike.
Yeah, he's great. He's a character.
Yes.
And we do the Noteworthy Music Challenge. So at the different Three Roads locations, we hold open mics. There's usually some judges lined up like last year, and we pick 3 winners from each of the open mics, the 3 of them, and then we kind of have a finale. And then the overall winner gets a recording session at the studio. They get to put on a show at the music hall of the Academy.
Ooh.
Which is really nice. We actually just got to play there, and it's a really neat little venue.
Yeah.
And then, again, it's just to help help people find out about Noteworthy Music. There's still people like, I didn't know there's a music store in town, and it makes me think I need to advertise more, which I probably should. But yeah, the challenge last year went off really well. So it looks like this upcoming challenge, the finale will be at the Academy, which is
That is really
Pretty
cool.
And it's been just great working with Mike. I've gotten to know him and started just running all his sound for his events, and which he does a lot of events, especially.
He does a lot of events.
So it's been a lot of fun, and it's helped get the word out because we also run live sound for events, from Centerfest to Battle of the Bands to smaller shows and everything like that. People call us up, we show up, and I follow my strict business model, find out what other people charge and undercut them.
Oh yeah. I hear you, Josh. Well, it's super cool that you and Mike are like partnering together, because he does a lot, and he has like years and years of knowledge. It's crazy. He used to work at the chamber, which when he told me that, I was like, why, dude? It doesn't suit. Yeah, the office life does not really suit Mike. Mike is good out and about, talking to people, doing his thing. But what kind of made you want to do the Noteworthy Music Challenge? What kind of like led to its inception?
Well, I was running sound at an event, and then we also played a show for him, and we were just kind of spitballing ideas, and he threw it out there. I was like, yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
And a few months later, I saw an ad for the Noteworthy Music Challenge. I was like,
oh my gosh,
guess we're doing
it.
And it turned out great. I've gotten to meet a lot of musicians, and some of them have come to the studio even that didn't win, which was like win-win for me.
Yeah, that's perfect. And Three Roads, it has his 3 locations. One's in Farmville, one's in Lynchburg. Where's the other one?
Well, we used Ballad last time.
Okay.
As far as
Gotcha.
I think there's something going on with that. So,
but you guys kind of go all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we bounce around to what works and where we can draw people from different areas. So it's not just like Lynchburg, it's not just here. And it works out great because he is an extrovert. I am not, and it works out.
It's like me and my boss lady. I'll go up and talk to people. She's gonna, if I need her to talk to one person, I'll set her on them. Like, this is perfect. It's perfect. It makes for a great team.
Yes.
Well, when is the finale?
So we're just kind of kicking it off I think he's just started a few of them, just kind of like get into it and get people to know about the challenge itself. So we haven't really set a date yet.
Okay.
It really just depends on what goes on with his events and what we squeeze in between what he's got going.
Yep. So just keep an eye out on Facebook for information.
Yep.
Okay.
Noteworthy will post about it. I'm sure the Mike Show will post about it and stuff, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, Josh, do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
No words of wisdom to anybody looking to get into music?
Practice
and come by Noteworthy Music Company.
Yes, and instructors always know when a kid doesn't practice, or an adult. Yeah, every single time you tell us to practice, we'll know.
If you fake your parents' signature on the band log, we'll know.
Yes.
That was me. Well, Josh, it's been fun talking to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do so? Facebook?
Usually, or call the shop. As long as I'm not in the lesson, usually can get
all right.
phone.
What's your phone number?
For the store?
Yeah.
That is a good...
He's like, hold on a second.
I don't think I've ever called my own store.
Really?
I
called the chamber when I first started, and I was like, why is our like voicemail intro so long? It was literally like 3 minutes long. They listed out all of our sponsors for the whole year. I'm like, guys, this is like a minute and a half of just listing.
All right. The phone number is 540-816-6717.
Amazing. Get in touch with Josh. He'll hook you up with all your music needs. Well, thank you so much for joining me again.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, if you want to learn more about us at the Chamber, call us at 540-586-9401. Or you can visit our website, bedfordareachamber.com, for information about our mission and the perks of becoming a member. But also on our website is a full directory of our membership, which is helpful for finding all sorts of great things in the region, including Noteworthy Music Company. But that's all for today. Thanks so much for listening, and keep an ear out for the next Chamber Vibes podcast.